Going into the playoffs, everyone thought the Denver Nuggets were dead in the water. They had fired their coach a week before, and they were limping to the finish line. They somehow managed to upset the LA Clippers, and are now going game for game with the Oklahoma City Thunders, the heavy favorite to win the title. Now we're going to talk about the Nuggets with two of my pals, Max and Chase. Nikola Jokic, he entered game one going very hot, probably dropping an all-time playoff performance. I've got to say, like 42 points, 22 rebounds, pretty insane. But he's definitely cooled off the last two games, and it's been a little bit gruesome to watch, as the Thunder defense have sort of figured him out. But I mean that's sort of what you can expect. It's going to be hard for him going against Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, who are, a pretty dynamic duo in the backcourt. But do you guys think they're going to be enough to stop him or contain these numbers for the rest of the series, or do you think he's going to find his rhythm and be able to break in through the Thunder defense?
Um, I trust him to find his rhythm. Game two, you can't. I mean, they lost by like 50 points, so game two, it's like kind of scratch that. Game three, it was very impressive from the Nuggets that they managed to pull that one out. When Jokic had like one of the worst playoff games from him I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Game four, which isn't on this graphic, he was solid. Like he didn't look amazing, but he didn't look as bad as game three. So
Yeah.
yeah, the main thing is like role players stepping up, like Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray's also been great.
I mean, yeah, Thunder have easily one of the best, easily the best defense in the league. They've got one of the best defenses of all time, and they are doing a phenomenal job guarding Jokic. But also, Jokic is probably one of the most unguardable players of all time, and I'm really struggling to think he's going to keep these numbers or keep having off nights. I think he's going to, you know, think he's that big game will happen soon. I could be wrong though. I could eat my words, but I
Yeah.
feel like many teams have tried to guard Jokic, and none of them have been able to. I don't even think the Thunder will be able
Well,
to
I
once
think even
Jokic
the
figures him out.
Clippers last series were defending him pretty well with Zubac. Like he was clamping him up, and yeah, I was like at first it looked like Chet just couldn't contain him because he was like too skinny, but like they figured him out in games two and three.
They've also got a big
Like iHeart's
German
been
man
yeah,
taking control.
iHeart's been able to contain him. The turnovers have been like I saw a stat he's been averaging like 5 turnovers a game and 5 assists per game in the series.
I think that's probably the thing that he needs to work on the most. Like
Hmm.
all your stars are probably not going to be as efficient in the playoffs unless you're like Michael Jordan or LeBron James or someone insane like that. But you gotta still somehow find the way to make play a good game. And his turnovers, I think, have been the worst part of it.
I will
Yeah,
say in game four, his turnovers did go down. He only had two, but yeah, in games three and two, he had 8 turnovers, 6 turnovers, and then in games, um, oh wait, no, sorry, in game one, he had 7 turnovers. So
Yeah,
it's gone down, but yeah, it was definitely pretty bad. And meanwhile, he was only
yeah.
getting
And I mean, it's also
like
like the Oklahoma City
three
defense.
assists.
Like they've just got so many
Yeah,
guys swarming that could just intercept the pass. But also in the Clippers series, and they're also an incredibly defensive team. He had a very unclutched turnover at the ends in one of the games, and he's just got to
yeah,
be a little bit safer with some passes sometimes.
yeah.
But also, it's on
But
his teammates. They've got to find good position and stuff like that. Start cutting a
well,
little bit better.
yeah. I mean, they're one thing about the Nuggets this series is his teammates have been stepping up though,
Yeah, no, for sure.
which can take me to this slide. Um, Aaron Gordon has been
I was,
phenomenal.
I was gonna
What?
say, should we talk about the magic of Aaron Gordon? 2 buzzer
Aaron
beaters
Yeah,
in
freaking
two
Gordon.
he's
series.
been
Well, yeah,
every time he takes a jump shot, I think it's going in. Like
yeah.
he's been so good this
He
series.
sucked out
It's
all of Michael Porter Jr.'s power, so now Michael Porter Jr. is just Michael Porter Jr. without a shot, and Aaron Gordon has taken a shot. I
I
think that's
mean
So
what has
Michael
happened.
Michael Porter Jr. gave up like something in game three. He had like 20.
Okay, but he's being paid $36 million.
Yeah.
He cannot be giving them something every other few games. Like he's being paid like
Yeah,
an all
that's
star.
that's true. Yeah, like he doesn't close every game. We
He
see
did.
Russell Westbrook closing
I
out
was
the
gonna
games
say
most of the time.
today Michael Porter Jr. went 1 for 7 from the field in 34 minutes with 3
Yeah.
points.
Um, but yeah, he's had some moments, but he hasn't been great. But Jamal Murray has also been very good. Like
I wouldn't say very good, but he's responded to the defense pretty well.
now he's been pretty good. Like what do you
Been
have today?
decent.
He had like 25. He's been efficient. He's looked a lot better than he did at the start of the regular season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's looking like one of the like biggest playoff risers in NBA history.
Yeah, he's pretty good, especially his 43 points against the Clippers was tough.
Yeah.
Um, Christian Brown's been a little bit inconsistent, but I
Except, well,
think
he's had a lot of burden on the defensive end because
he's their best defender
he's been
by far.
locking Shea up. Like Shea has not had a good series.
But yeah, Gordon's definitely been the role player who stepped up the most, though, or not really role player because he is a star in his own right. I feel like it would be
He's a star
demeaning
in
to
his role.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He does more than just one role. Like he's a good defender, he's a good rebounder, he's a good shooter now, I guess, and he can do some stuff in
Hmm.
the interior scoring wise. Like he's just a good player.
And going back to what you said, Misha, about how like Jokic's teammates have to get into like the right spots, I feel like he's like the perfect teammate that always like knows where to be for Jokic to pass to, and he's like
Exactly.
Jokic's number one like easy, whether it's like a lob or just like a dish in the paint, and he can just finish it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, him
really
and
the
Murray.
perfect like four next to Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Murray, like, they Gordon Murray, they got such like chemistry with Jokic. It's really amazing, and I think they're just good, really good teammates for him. However, Michael Porter Jr., like, you've got to knock down your shots. That is your job, and he has been.
Mhm.
He might have a
I mean,
beautiful jumper, but the results have not been beautiful to watch. It's been a lot of chipping paint.
possession ends
Um,
here.
yeah, possession ends here. Yeah,
I
it's
saw
been a
him make
little
a
bit.
really good read in Game 3 though. It was like a drive and kick out. I did not
Even
expect him to make
broken
that.
clock is right twice a day, as the
Yeah,
old saying
but
goes.
Yeah.
um, other person on this graphic, Russell Westbrook, has been
A dog.
reliable. He's been able to hit, like they've been leaving him open in the corner, and he's been able to make him pay at least a good amount of the
I
time.
also think he's been one of their best defensive players. I think it's Brown,
Yeah,
Gordon, and Westbrook have been like the only three decent defenders on the court.
but yeah, he's
And
been
Peyton
taking the
Watson, but
Shea
Peyton Watson's
assignment
a little bit
when
unplayable offensively.
Peyton Watson's been giving him, in my opinion, he's been giving him good minutes off the bench. Like
I
they're
mean, he's good. He's just like you can't really play him more than 10 minutes a night. Like he's a good
yeah,
like energy guy for a time, and he could get some blocks and stuff like that. But he'll also miss like wide open layups, which I mean Westbrook can too. But like Peyton Watson, like I don't know if you watched him play, he cannot like really create that much or do much. He's still like pretty raw as a pro. He's a young guy,
yeah.
not as experienced.
I just think that there are a lot of questions surrounding the Nuggets' depth. And I mean, they're playing a seven-man rotation, so it's not like they're playing them that much. But like when you're playing Peyton Watson, it's easy to cover up his weaknesses when you have the other like four starters on the court that are
Yeah, for sure.
like really good.
Yeah,
But
and I
yeah, we
think
haven't
Westbrook's been great defensively for them.
and we haven't
Oh,
seen a crazy regression like when Jokic is off the court like we usually do.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, Westbrook, like he's definitely developed. I think he's taking his role a lot more gracefully than he did in like his Clippers days or Lakers days, and been a
Yeah,
very good player for them. And
yeah, he's been a
he's an
great energy guy too.
energy guy. He's played solid defense, which was not always his thing, but he's managed to channel his athleticism into actual like defensive play. Like you saw his strip at the end in like I think a Clippers game, and he's been like really hounding guys every night.
Yeah.
I think Michael Porter Jr. has been like the nastiest out of all of them. Like you were paying this guy $36 million. You could get three players for that salary who could play better than him in the playoffs.
Keep going back to Michael Porter Jr.
I'm sorry, but it's
Well,
this guy. Like he's not
It's
talking about
pretty
Epstein Island or
disgusting.
like he's talking about Epstein Island or whatever. It's like motherfucking your mother
get on
effort.
this
You have
podcast.
got you were
Leave
averaging
that to us.
yeah, leave that to us. Exactly. You were averaging under 10 points as someone being paid almost $40 million. Like that's pretty insane. Like that's like all-star money for 8 points a game.
So
Just
what do you see them doing with Michael Porter Jr. in the future?
trade him for some good defensive-minded role players.
Okay,
Like
like
who?
who? Like
I
just
don't know.
mock up a trade.
That's
Like
off season topic, but like I'm just like saying that's what they should do with him. And I know like the owner and him both have ties to Missouri, but they got to do something about him. But I mean, I just feel like
if they don't trade him because of that, it's.
there's I don't know, like connections can get you a long way in the NBA. You could have talked
But you think they should go after defensive minded? What if
okay, so
like what if they go after Kevin Durant?
all
I
right,
don't
so
think
here's the
they couldn't afford Kevin Durant.
they could not make they could not make a trade for that.
I really don't think his value's that high.
But I don't know if they have the contract money to get him without trading
Yeah,
much of their. They have to trade Michael Porter Jr. and
I
another
mean
decent player.
they have Zeke Naji. His contract is terrible. He's making like 8 million a year.
I just don't think Kevin Durant would be a smart move for the Nuggets. And I guess
Yeah,
like
probably not.
Or the Suns trading for
Or the
Michael
Suns.
Porter Jr.
yeah, like I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. has got the shot creation to be like a legitimate number one option.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Number one. He doesn't even. Well, he's
Or,
definitely
like,
not a
number
number
two.
one. He doesn't even close games.
He's number four. He's even kind of number five option sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes number six if he's having a really bad game. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think like so. I think a lot of people hate on like the Nuggets roster, and they're like, "Oh, Jokic is surrounded by no good players or whatever," which I just think is like false, especially like offensively. Like
I mean,
some of like
you
the
kind of
most
see it in the on and off numbers. They're like
yeah, a little bit,
insane.
but like that's what you
I think
kind
a
of
lot of
expect
that's
from
also
like
just the greatness of Jokic, though.
yeah, no, for sure. But the thing is like the team has a very good offense. Just throughout it, they are ranked like in the bottom 50% in defense wise. What they need is good defenders. But like
Sorry,
somehow
I just have some
I mean, in the
breaking
playoffs, their
news right here.
defense has been.
Matt, sorry. And
What
it's not
happened?
like breaking news, but Pacers tie NBA postseason record with 41-point first half lead against the
What
Cavs.
is happening?
oh
I don't
hell
even-
yeah, Pacers, Pacers.
Dude, I would have thought maybe we should have talked about the Pacers.
I was watching the-
39-80.
I was watching the beginning of
What?
that game. Like Pacers were hitting everything. Donovan Mitchell just decided to fall was doing random stuff, and Darius Garland is limping on his toe. So
What is happening?
That's insane.
and that's even with the refs. Like I was watching the first half of the game. The Cavs had 12 free throws compared to the Pacers only having 4 in the first
Wow,
quarter.
I really thought the Cavs were gonna pull this series out.
Wait, can
They
we go
could.
back to the episode of the
I mean,
when we
yeah.
were predicting the playoffs? Didn't I? I mean, I know I didn't say that Pacers were gonna win, but I feel like
that was
I
not
did.
you. That was
Misha-
me. That was
Misha
me.
did.
You said they were gonna win.
Yes.
Oh damn! I know Max just like had them you had them getting swept or something. I had them like
I mean, before
win
this
or
game,
two.
I would have thought that the Cavs, like I firmly believe the Cavs are gonna pull this series out. They looked a lot better.
I mean,
when
they still could.
they were
They're going to be
healthy.
down 3-1 probably, which is a little bit of an uncomfortable.
They're losing by 40 right now. I don't think
yeah,
they're
they're
gonna.
gonna be down 3-1.
Nuggets also lost by basically 40, and they have the series tied at 2-2.
Oh shoot!
It'll just be
He's
hard
right.
Okay, but
Pacers
they
are
are
a
gonna be
team.
down
Okay.
3-1, and
Yeah,
well, I
it's
guess
also
they
hard
are.
because Pacers like they can have bad games, but they also have games where they just heat up against 60% on threes, and you can do nothing about it.
Yeah,
Like this game right here, and like you can't really gamble with that if you're Cleveland.
All right, going back to the Nuggets.
sorry. Yeah, sorry for the little
sorry.
segment there. Segment.
Who do you think? Who do you think's gonna win the series? It's tied 2-2 right now. The Nuggets had a good chance to win this game. They kind of blew it at the end.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go Oklahoma City, but I think Nuggets are putting up a good fight. Like I'm gonna go with the safe answer.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think
so you think
overall
you
Oklahoma
think it
City
goes to 7?
it could go to 7, but I think overall the Oklahoma City's too deep, and they're just gonna wear down like the 7-man rotation of the Nuggets, and
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
gonna eventually get good games from like J Dub and Shea. Like
Say the Nuggets do win. Who do you think? And they'll probably play the Timberwolves. Although the
Unless-
Timberwolves haven't been looking great, even
Yeah.
I mean they're
without
up
Steph
2.
playing.
Yeah, they're up
But
2-1.
yeah,
but,
who you think they beat the Timberwolves?
We'll see.
I
They
feel like we're
played-
getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there. We don't know.
No, it's just
Nuggets
a
winning.
hypothetical.
Okay.
I'd say I don't know. I don't know. Timberwolves. Like I want the Nuggets to win. Or I don't know. I don't really like. I like all teams. Most teams. I don't really like the Lakers, but I like most teams. I love Jokic. I love the Wolves. I don't so much like Ant that much, but I'd probably take the Wolves to win. By that time, like the Nuggets would be super exhausted. Wolves have had a history of beating the Nuggets. So we'll
That
see
would
what
be a
happens.
crazy rematch from last year, though.
It would be. They both, yeah, a little bit further, but yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
You done?
but I was just gonna go back to the point earlier that Nuggets need to get some very good defenders with that Michael Porter Jr. money because they've got very bad defense. Um, but somehow whenever like the Nuggets lose a game, which they normally lose by like when the other team scores over 120 points or something like that, or outscore them, they're always like blaming it on certain like, oh, like Murray shot 6 for like 20 or something like that. Like you got to realize not all like role players are gonna have great games all the time, but there's such like a scrutiny on the supporting cast when it's really like they got to lock in on defense. Like if you're gonna have Jokic as your number one guy
I
who's
think
kind of sometimes can't be the most capable defender. You've got to surround them with some decent defenders.
they definitely need some scoring production off the bench, though.
Yeah,
I think if
but they
they
got
can
to
get
figure
like
out
a
a way to
two
get
for
Cam
one for
Johnson.
MPJ, and they get like a starting caliber wing that can defend, and then maybe like a guard off the bench.
I think like Cam Johnson, like try and go for
Yeah.
go for a trade off the Nets. Like Cam Johnson could be good. He's doing exactly what Michael Porter Jr. does, except with defense and with like a
hmm
much less like much smaller contract, like minus $20 million or something like that on the
Um,
contract.
I don't know how much is MPJ making.
36 million. That's going to go up to $40 million.
Damn. All right. Yeah,
That
he's
is,
probably Cam Johnson's making like 20, I think.
yeah, I think a little
I'm
bit
looking
under
at
20,
it.
like 19 million. But
Um,
you can get like Cam Johnson and some other like decent rotation guys from like the Nets, like maybe like a Dayron Sharp who's a very good defender.
yeah,
Um,
Dayron Sharp would be a good backup center. He's a very good offensive rebounder too.
yeah, and a better backup center than no offense, I know he was great back in his prime, DeAndre Jordan, who's
Yeah,
a little bit
Jokic just like almost like never played with a backup center that's like
marginally like playable. Can you could play more than 5 minutes a game? Yeah,
Cam Johnson's making 23 million a year.
so not
okay.
completely, but you could still nudge in another like $10 million contract and there get like two decent players.
Yeah, I like the Cam Johnson and Dayron Sharp. They also have Zeke Najee's salary, who's a
Yeah,
bad contract.
they
They
could
have
throw
to
more.
attach probably more draft capital, but
Yeah, but I'd do it. You've got Nikola. I guess this is more off-season stuff, but like basic thing is you've got Nikola Jokic. You're going to be fine for as long as you have him. You just have to make sure you got to experiment a little bit with the roster around them if they have an early playoff exit because I don't see the Oklahoma City Thunder getting any worse throughout the years. So
all right, yeah.
teams will have to experiment to beat them if they aren't being beaten this postseason.
All right. Before we end this episode, I wanted to get your guys's kind of just gauge on how good you guys think Jamal Murray is. So I have
What's
these
the
five levels
levels?
here, and I'm gonna give you what?
Never mind. You explain it. All right.
You explain, sir.
I have these five levels here, and I'll give you a player, and this is like solely in the playoffs. So I'm gonna give you a player, and you tell me who you'd rather have, Jamal Murray or this player in the playoffs.
What does the levels mean, though?
Like it's a worse player, and it gets better every level.
Okay. I see. Never mind. I thought you were gonna have us put them in levels, but okay.
All right, King. The
The
floor
first
is
player is
yours.
Tyrese Maxey.
And this is only for the
This is
playoffs?
only in the
or-
playoff setting.
Would I
Probably-
rather have him or Tyrese Maxey?
Probably Jamal Murray, just from like experience and stuff.
I think Tyrese Maxey's a better player, but I'd say Jamal Murray just because of his chemistry with Jokic.
Okay. I don't know why this isn't popping up on.
I'm gonna check for more updates on that Pacers game. I want to see the score, see if it's real in person.
Why is this not?
Oh my goodness, that is real. What the hell?
You think I was just lying to you?
I just needed to see it with my own eyes. Oh my goodness. What happened? This is what happens when Pacers just can shoot
Yeah, they're
60% on
shooting
threes or
67%, 12 for 18.
on 3-pointers.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the
Not
Cavs are
surprised.
5 of 19.
Wow, they're not
Okay,
even.
you guys ready? You ready for your second player?
Yes, sir.
Your second player is John Morant.
I take John Morant. Like, is this like specifically? Or no, I take Jamal Murray. Is this specifically on the Nuggets?
No, I mean you can compare it that way if you want, but I'm thinking just player to player.
John Morant. Like, the better.
In the playoffs,
John Morant has had some pretty insane games in the playoffs, and he was like doing all right. Like, not like amazing, but he was doing all right versus the like Thunder really tough defense before he got hurt. I would rather have like Murray on the same team as Jokic because Murray's a much better shooter and Morant's kind of a terrible shooter. So, yeah. He's good with his finger guns, but not really good with actually
okay, let's
shooting.
say yeah, you guys are not nearly as high on Murray as I am.
Well, I could look at
So
what he's averaging these playoffs. I don't think it's that insane.
it says he gets like 24.
Like I like him too, but he's
He averages
averaging
22.
about 22, 5, 5. It's pretty
On what efficiency? Like good?
45% shooting. So 40% from three. He's actually playing very well. You know what? I'll get him
Just for
over
the
Morant.
yeah, for the sake of it, let's keep going because
All right, yeah.
I think this
we'll
would
take
end at
Murray.
level 2. Level 3 is Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton, easy.
Easy?
I don't
He
want
had
to hear
4 points.
I don't know about
Murray has
easy.
also had some pretty terrible games, but like not easy, but like
Nah, but like 4
Halliburton controls
points
the
is the
game
one
so well. Like
option.
he's legitimately like a number one
But you
option
also
on a
don't.
team.
But yeah, you have Jokic to control the game, so you don't need another.
But I thought this wasn't just about the Nuggets. I thought this was about players in the playoffs in
Oh, really?
general.
No,
Yeah.
it is
I mean,
players
yeah,
in
it's hard to
playoffs.
compare him when.
Like Halliburton's
Like,
an elite distributor. I think I'd overrate him. Like I'm a big Halliburton. I hated him for the first half of the year because he was being a bum, but then he decided to play well, and I like him now.
Well,
But
we also have the number 1 Pacers fan here.
yeah, they're goated. But Hallie, like he controls the game super well. Like he is very careful with the ball. If you've ever watched him play, like he
I mean, I
makes
think
very
Jamal
smart plays.
Murray controls the game super well in his own right. It's different from what Halliburton does, but like especially in the clutch.
Let's
Like
just look at Halliburton's stats this playoffs.
I know them. They're like 18. It's like 18 points, 10 assists, and I don't know. I think I have them somewhere.
16 points, 10 assists on four.
Oh,
Like
16. It went down.
5 rebounds, 10 assists. Like 10 assists is really good. How many turnovers?
Yeah, 10 assists
And
is
the
very
increased physicality of the playoffs. 2 turnovers per game per 10 assists. Like he's elite. And that's with
yeah.
the increased physicality of like everything in the playoffs. And he still has such like a control over the ball.
What was he shooting?
45%.
Same as Murray. What about from three?
Probably a little bit worse.
Yeah. I mean, Hallie's
Murray's
also got two. He's got 2-game winners.
Yeah. But yeah, Jamal Murray's great, but like you're talking about like Halliburton, who's like, legit like number one
What the
superstar
hell?
on like a team that has a good chance of at least how it's looking now to go to the conference finals for a second year in a row.
Yeah.
And this time it's a lot less like BS injuries. Like Cavs are fully healthy and they're still down by not
Hey.
fully healthy. Like Garland's got a minor toe injury, but they're still like down. Or not so
Misha,
minor.
what?
I don't want to despair. Okay, Chase, I get it. What the hell? What the hell?
No, it's not.
All right. Well, the next player I had was Cade. This is where I would have thought it ended,
Yeah.
except it ended last level. And then, yeah, next player he had no chance beating was Brunson.
I don't know. You can make a
Um,
case for Murray over Brunson.
No, you can't. Brunson's
I'm kidding.
Brunson might be the best playoff player, just based off of this playoff slate currently. He might be the best
Did-
player.
Did Misha go somewhere or am I tripping?
Oh my god.
Misha, where'd you
couldn't take
go?
the Halliburton disrespect.
I couldn't take it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think Cade and Brunson are both better than Halliburton. I don't know. I don't know if they're better.
No, I thought it would end at Cade.
Um,
I thought you guys would
I
say
think people would argue too that Cade's better than Brunson. I don't really know, but around the same
nah,
level.
not from what Brunson has been doing.
Yeah, no, he's tough. That crossover
I
on
mean,
Asar
this.
was crazy. That made me, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, don't underrate Halliburton like the rest of the league seems to do. He's don't overhate him. He's tough.
Yeah.
Just because he's can have a peculiar taste in off-season training does not mean, aka attending 50 Cent concerts and hang out with college age girls. Well, I guess he's college age too,
yeah,
but
you don't know they're college age girls.
All right, well, that is all the Nuggets talk for today.
Oh yeah,
Um, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel
hit that subscribe
and
button.
follow us on Spotify, Apple Music.
And happy Mother's Day.
Instagram, TikTok.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
like,
Mother's Day to all the mothers out there
All the
who
mothers
may
who watch our
and
podcast.
probably not listening, but
Yeah.
like, share,
Love.
and tell a friend to tell a friend.
And root for the Pacers,
What was
baby.
that?
and
Okay.
and last of all, peace.
Peace.